Our next guest says the data centers will have to learn to pay their own way. For more, let's bring in Bradley Tusk, the founder of Tusk Ventures. Curious, Bradley, for your take on this. A lot of people think we're going to get to a red state, blue state outcome where the red states allow or welcome the development. The blue states don't. The red states have cheaper taxes as a result. The blue states don't. Wade into this argument here.
Yeah, I don't think we will for a few reasons. The first is that there are businesses that can choose to situate themselves in one particular state for tax reasons, regulatory reasons, whatever it is, and it works. But data centers, by definition, can't all just be in red states. It doesn't work. They need to be close enough to population centers to be able to power AI in those states. So it can't physically happen that way. And then in terms of the politics, I think that the president is just misreading it, which is that you're seeing AI legislation and regulation pass all over the country. There are states across the country that are passing data center regulation, or at least working on it, and those are red states and blue states. There are a lot of states this year that pass legislation around regulating AI in terms of chatbot use, mental health, education, insurance. AI is so widely unpopular that politicians across the spectrum are responding to that.
But in other words, you think that New York is going to have to ultimately move forward with...
Sure. And I think Governor Hochul knows that. Look, for a Democrat, she is very pro-business. So, but with that said, she's also up for re-election this year. And I think what you see in her executive order is a reflection of a few things. One, AI is really unpopular. People think that AI is going to take their jobs, that it's going to raise their electricity prices through data centers, and that it's going to influence their kids in even worse ways than social media has so far. So they're worried about it. It's unpopular. That's true in every kind of segment of the demographics of American society.
But those two things, Bradley, the one on the resource utilization, we were just talking to Vertiv the other day. They say data centers now are closed-loop systems. They use less water than a golf course. Yeah. And then on the power question, do we have any data conclusively on whether this is whether and where power bills have gone up?
Yes. Yeah, we have. So you've seen in Northern Virginia, for example, in Ohio, in Pennsylvania, where, especially for the PJM grid, where the data centers did plug in, prices for consumers did go up a lot. In Georgia, that happened. And 40% of the Georgia Public Utility Commission lost their elections because of it. So it's unquestionably an issue. However, I don't think it's really that much of an issue in the sense that data centers know that they're going to have to meet their own power needs. That could mean behind the meter sources of power like nuclear turbines and things like that. It could mean using more efficient forms of compute that increase the energy efficiency of it. So there are a lot of ways to solve the problem. And if you read Governor Hochul's executive order, she basically kind of laid out what the path is here, which is, data centers need to pay their own way when it comes to energy. They need to be able to provide and use their own water. And closed loop systems are not particularly complicated. And so I think of all the issues, it's not a real one. And then finally, it's just going to be the relationship between data centers and communities. If you're going to go into a community and you need zoning and you need permitting and you're going to take up a lot of space, you have to be a good partner to the rest of the community. And you see the really good data center builders, for example, starting to do things like, okay, do we help with a property tax abatement? Do we help by modernizing the energy grid? There's a lot to be done here. This is a very solvable problem. I just think right now the anxiety over AI is so great politically that it's just driving a lot of governmental action as a result.